Season 2, Episode 2, Where Silence Has Lease. Silence! We open with Picard pacing around the bridge like a worried French grandmama. Turns out Worf's got Riker involved in some kind of Klingon fight club. There's only one rule in Klingon Fight Club: kill everything all the time and repeatedly. After all that nonsense, the real story starts when the crew discover a hole in space. Wesley makes a dumb observation, but Picard agrees with his teenage pseudo-son and they decide to take a closer look. It's probably fine. Worf freaks out because of some childhood trauma we don't explore, called foreshadowing, but I'm sure it'll be fine. As long as they keep their distance, it'll all be fine, and they're inside the space hole. The crew spends a long time trying to figure out what's going on. Pulaski does some light data bullying and discovers the Enterprise has a zoom setting, but they don't really get anywhere and decide, okay, enough science, time to leave, but uh-oh, they're trapped. Silence! Geordi joins the bridge, so we know things are super serious, and Pulaski takes Troy's spot because you can only have one woman on the bridge at any given time. Suddenly, a Romulan warbird appears out of nowhere. Worf puts his itchy trigger finger to good use and blows it up. Glorious victory! But Picard doesn't buy it. And right on cue, the Enterprise's sister ship, the Yamato, shows up. And just like real siblings, the Yamato completely ignores the Enterprise because it thinks Starfleet loves it best. Riker and Worf beam aboard. The Yamato is deserted. They somehow end up on the bridge, and when they try to leave, oh no, another bridge! It's bridges all the way down. Bridgeception. Surprise, surprise, Worf can't keep his ship together because it turns out never getting to leave work is his nightmare. Finally, in the third act, we meet the puppet master, Nagila, a space entity/scientist who's obviously not publicly funded, so doesn't care about research ethics. He points out the names of everyone on the bridge, including someone named Haskell. And we're like, why did the space scientist point him out? Oh, Haskell dies in the best death scene in Star Trek since Wrath of Khan. Anyway, Nagilum decides to kill half the crew for more data because as a space scientist, he's required to publish or his funding is cut and he won't get tenure. Picard and the crew counter with half isn't enough and they should just kill everyone for science. Science! They set auto-destruct for 20 minutes. Picard heads to his quarters to listen to some pretentious classical music. Nagilum tries to convince Picard to abort, be out of fake Troy and Data, wasting Picard's last 20 minutes of life with some bullshit. But suddenly, they're free. Picard doesn't believe it, and he lets the auto-destruct continue because the French never surrender. But everything's on the up and up, and Picard cancels imminent death. Turns out, Nagilum's learned everything he needs to know. Riker tells Wesley if he sees any more big space holes to steer clear, and Wesley thinks that's going to be tough as long as Riker's behind him. The Enterprise continues on its merry way, never processing the intensely traumatic experience they all just went through.